How much are you paying for cable TV right now? Go ahead, think about it. $100 a month? $150? Some of you are paying over $200 every single month for a package of channels that, if you are being honest, you watch maybe 10% of. That is thousands of dollars a year. Going to a service that was designed in an era when it was the only option, when there was no alternative, when if you wanted to watch television, you had no choice but to pay whatever the cable company charged. That era is over. Streaming has won. The numbers do not lie. The question is no longer whether cable is dying, it is whether you have already made the switch or whether you are still paying for something that a growing number of people have already left behind. Today, we are going to give you the full, honest picture. What is happening to cable TV? Why people are leaving? What the alternatives actually look like? And whether cutting the cord in 2026 actually makes financial sense for you. Stay right there. What is up, everyone, and welcome to My Forever Gem, the channel where we give you the real story, the full picture, and never waste a single second of your time. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now and join the Gem family. Now let us get into the cable TV story, because this affects every household that is still paying that monthly bill. Let us start with the numbers, because they tell a clear story. According to publicly available industry data, the number of traditional pay TV subscribers in the United States has been falling consistently for over a decade. In 2012, there were approximately 100 million pay TV households in the U.S. By 2026, that number has fallen dramatically, with estimates suggesting fewer than 50 million traditional cable and satellite subscribers remain. That is a decline of roughly half in just over a decade. Where did those people go? They went to streaming. Netflix currently has over 260 million global subscribers. Amazon Prime Video, Disney+, HBO Max, Apple TV+, Peacock, Paramount+. The streaming landscape in 2026 is crowded, competitive, and offering more content than any single person could watch in a lifetime. And the cord-cutting trend is not slowing down. It is accelerating. Industry analysts consistently project continued decline in traditional pay TV subscriptions through the rest of the decade. So why are people leaving cable? Let us break it down honestly. The first reason is cost. The average American cable TV bill in 2026 is over $100 per month. And that is before you add internet service, which most cable providers bundle and price strategically to make individual cable cancellation feel less appealing. When you actually sit down and calculate what you are paying per channel that you actually watch regularly, the number becomes very difficult to justify. By contrast, a combination of streaming services, say Netflix, a sports streaming service, and a free ad-supported service like Tubi or Pluto TV, can deliver the vast majority of what most households actually watch for somewhere between $30 and $60 per month. That is a saving of $40 to $150 per month, depending on your current cable package. Over a year, that is $500 to $1,800 back in your pocket. The second reason is flexibility. Cable TV operates on a schedule. You watch what is on when it is on, or you record it. Streaming operates on your schedule. You watch what you want when you want it. For a generation that has grown up with on-demand content, this flexibility is not a luxury. It is an expectation. The third reason is content quality. The streaming wars of the last decade have driven an extraordinary investment in original content. Netflix alone has spent tens of billions of dollars on original programming. The result is that some of the most critically acclaimed television of the last decade, The shows that generate the most cultural conversation have been streaming originals. The prestige content that cable networks like HBO once monopolized has migrated significantly toward streaming platforms. Now, let us be honest about what cable still does better: live sports. This is the single biggest reason why millions of people have not cut the cord yet. If you love live sports, particularly NFL football, NBA basketball, MLB baseball, or major soccer leagues, cable has historically been the most comprehensive option. Sports rights have been the cable industry's most valuable asset and its most powerful retention tool. But even this advantage is eroding. In recent years, major streaming platforms have been aggressively acquiring sports broadcasting rights. Amazon Prime Video broadcasts NFL Thursday Night Football. Apple TV has MLB streaming rights. YouTube TV, Hulu Live TV, and other live TV streaming services carry most of the major sports networks. The sports argument for keeping traditional cable is weaker in 2026 than it has ever been. Local news and live events are also areas where traditional TV still has some advantages, though again the gap is narrowing with streaming services increasingly carrying local channels. Hey, if you are currently paying a cable bill and this video is making you think, that is exactly the point. Hit that like button right now and subscribe to My Forever Gem. Drop a comment and tell me, are you still on cable or have you already cut the cord? Now back to the practical guide. What does cutting the cord actually look like in practice? Step 1. Audit your current cable bill. Write down every channel in your package. Then, be honest. Which ones do you actually watch in any given month? Most people discover they regularly watch between 5 and 15 channels. The rest are paying for hundreds of channels they never turn on. Step 2. Identify your must-haves. What content can you absolutely not live without? Live sports? Specific cable news? Specific premium shows? Make a list. Step 3. Build your streaming stack. For most households, a combination of 2 or 3 services covers the vast majority of viewing needs. Netflix or Disney Plus for on-demand entertainment. A free ad-supported service for casual viewing. A live TV streaming service if live sports or news is important. This combination typically costs significantly less than a cable package. Step 4. Make sure your internet is fast enough. Streaming requires a reliable internet connection, typically at least 25 megabits per second for HD streaming and faster for multiple devices or 4K content. If your internet comes from your cable provider, you will need to evaluate whether you can get standalone internet service at a competitive price. Step 5. Choose your streaming device. A smart TV with built-in streaming apps, a Roku, a Google TV device, an Apple TV, or a Fire TV stick all work well. We will be covering the specific differences between these devices in upcoming videos, so make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss that one. The financial case in plain numbers. Let us do the actual maths. The average cable plus internet bundle in 2026 costs approximately $180 per month. If you can get standalone internet for $60 per month, which is available in most markets, and build a streaming stack for $40 per month that covers your viewing needs, you are spending $100 per month instead of $180. That is $80 per month saved. $960 per year. Nearly $1,000 back in your household budget every single year. For many households, the saving is even larger. If your cable package is above average, or you are in a long-term contract with fees you have been paying on autopilot, the annual saving from cutting the cord could be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. The honest verdict. Cable TV is not dead yet. There are still millions of subscribers, and there are legitimate reasons, primarily live sports and the inertia of long-term contracts, why people stay. But the trajectory is clear, and it has been clear for a decade. Traditional cable TV is a declining industry, serving a shrinking customer base. The content, the flexibility, and the economics of streaming have fundamentally won the competition for how people consume television. The question in 2026 is not whether streaming will replace cable. It already has for tens of millions of households. The question is whether you have done the maths on your own situation yet, because the numbers, for most households, make the decision very straightforward. Cut the cord, keep the internet, build the streaming stack, and keep that extra money in your pocket where it belongs. And that is a wrap on today's video. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you still on cable or have you cut the cord? If you have cut it, what is your streaming setup? I want to hear what is working for people. Hit that like button, subscribe to My Forever Gem, and turn on notifications, because we have got a full series of tech and streaming videos coming, including which streaming devices are best, what Vega OS is and why it matters, and how to use a VPN properly for streaming. See you in the next one. Stay blessed, stay curious, and as always, stay a gem.